Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read-through for Omniscient Reader, or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, chapters 227, 228, and 229. I'm extremely excited to get into these because I feel like this setting is my favorite one so far. Like, of all the places we've been to in ORV, this is my favorite one so far. It was really good last week, and Dokja on his own, separated from his allies, as much as I like the side characters and enjoy seeing more out of the side characters, Dokja separated from them and kind of journeying on his own is pretty much always really good. Again, last time was really good, and we're getting some new characters like Eileen and the Clock Boy. I don't think we've been given a name for Clock Boy yet, but I hope that they are actually important and we get some really good stuff with them. It feels very often like characters who show up in ORV who aren't Dokja very often don't really get too much time or attention, but it would be really cool, especially since Clockboy is supposed to be like the new Yu Jung-hyuk in a way. The author of TWSA, TLS 123, had to spice things up and throw in another protagonist, the Wangnan of TWSA. So I really hope that he at least gets to be a bit important. But also, we're in the demon realm with some really cool background designs, some kind of cool characters being shown to us. So I hope we get some more character designs that are cool like that as well. But yeah, either way, let's actually start reading. We have Eileen Makerfield, accept the Duke's offer. We saw this last time. This is your last chance. And then we have Dokja strolling in. Who are you? I'm a customer. A citizen. I don't know who you think you are, but get lost while I'm asking nicely. We're busy collecting taxes. Taxes? You mean where you pay a lot when you make a lot, and you pay a lot when you make a little? What? Hey, wait right there. And he just walks past them and vanishes. You've got some great products, and Eileen reacts to it. I always do. It's just that they don't often meet buyers with a good eye. Eileen Makerfield, magic engineer from the planet Lindbergh. She speaks just like in TWSA. I want to order a special object. Do you think you could make it for me? A special object? How much are you offering? 50,000 coins. And we see the reactions from the demons and Clockboy. Wait, you're the guy. 50,000 coins, I'll do it. Wow, you really add 50,000. Who are you? I told you, I'm a customer. You insolent. That's enough, Melen. Character Demon Count Psylocke has taken an interest in you. Your understanding of the character Demon Count Psylocke has increased. Personal skill Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint's been activated. This is crazy. It feels like it's been so long. I feel like I'm getting blindsided. It has been so long since we've actually seen Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, it feels like. He was able to pay 50,000 coins so easily. A mere citizen could never come up with such a sum. And there's his composure. He acts as if 50,000 coins is nothing to him. Who could he be? I've never seen him around here before. Wait, that mana. Could he be? Yeah, I figured he might be thinking that. This works out better for me then. Because the Siswitz Industrial Complex is now swarming with rumors about a new Demon King. I believe you've already guessed who I am. And he's going to use that to his advantage, maybe? To pose as a potential new Demon King? Forgive me for not recognizing you as a Demon Noble. Are you visiting from the Gilabat Industrial Complex? You may be a bit slow on the uptake, but it seems the gears in your head are turning. But I didn't hear anything about you visiting. Need I make my itinerary known to minions like you? That's my apologies. If he has the authority to travel without notice, he must be at least a marquis. Nothing good can come from getting tangled up with the Gilabat Industrial Complex. Let's go. Huh? But we've collected what we needed to. You were lucky this time. But don't think your luck will save you next time, Eileen. And then the door slams. Okay. Wow, you're pretty impressive. Who are you? And he reveals his face. You'll accept my request, right? But, are you a noble? I'm not a demon. Then what? And he shows the crackling in his form itself. An exile? Then your request. That's right. But I've never melded stories of this scale before. He grabs her shoulder. You're the only one that can do this. You're the only decent story expert at the Siswitz Industrial Complex. Please fix me. Eileen Makerfield. Me when I meet Eileen Makerfield? Simping so hard. Please fix me, Eileen Makerfield. Landscape of the Demon Realm, Part 3. How can an incarnation have stories of this scale? Just who are you? God, and all the backgrounds here are so gorgeous. I freaking love this. The clock, though, is a little unorthodox. Actually, okay, this clock is a little unorthodox. It's kind of going backwards here. This clock is even more so, given that 3, 1, 5, 5 again? Or is that 6? Is there just a tiny line? Is that 6? 5 again? This clock is really off. Just who are you? He's got stories that don't match mixed in. Goodness, this story seems to be legendary. Are you really an incarnation? You appear to be something more. I can't believe you're still alive after consuming such dangerous fragments. The most urgent thing is to stabilize these, so let's start there. He wakes up and startles the clock boy. Dang, that scared me. Wow, it doesn't hurt at all. Hey, what are you? What do you think? You like puzzles? And then what do you think? You like puzzles? Who told you that? Never mind, just try and guess. Are you a returnee? A returnee, huh? What makes you think that? Doesn't add up for a normal citizen in the demon realm to have that kind of a fortune. Pretty good. Keep going. You also said that you're not a demon, and you don't seem to be an average incarnation. But you've got loads of unique stories, and you appear to be super strong. That only leaves one option. What do you think? Impressive deducing, right? There's a prerequisite for that deduction to be correct, though. And what's that? It would have to be true that every returnee in the universe is strong. What do you mean? Don't you know what a returnee is? They obtain a powerful strength in other dimensions or planets and return to their own planet. There's no way they could be weak. You never know. It's not like you've met all the returnees in the universe, have you? Think about it. Some returnees might hate their homeland and decide not to return. Or they might move from dimension to dimension multiple times and fall into despair that they couldn't obtain any special powers. And I'm assuming he's a returnee and Doak just flipping it back on him. Perhaps they even got a new physical form, but that body had no talents. Wait a minute. Okay. Sorry about that. Some kind of truck horn in the background. That was really loud. The frustration they felt from the lack of talent led them to settle down in an inadequate place, and they decided to live out a normal life. Who the heck are you, seriously? Hyung. Do you like living in the demon realm? Personal skill character profile activated. What? Character profile, Hyung Jung. So should it be Jung Hyung? And then Aslan Makerfield. Age 23 with 15 in parentheses. Supporting constellation, none. So does this mean that he hasn't aged since he was 15, but he's lived for 23 physical years? Or, I mean, yeah, I guess that would be technically what it means. I couldn't really see another. Like, it very much doesn't seem like he's 23 physically, but only lived 15 years. I would assume it means he's 15 physically, but he's lived 23 years because of universe hopping or whatever. Is my just assumption, but there could be a different reason why that is. And then, so yeah, my reasoning might not be right, but like with universe hopping, it might just be a character he's taking on or something. But I'm assuming the only thing that makes sense is that time-wise, 23, and, you know, physically 15. I think the other way around doesn't make as much sense. Then we have Personal Attribute, Dimension Skipper Heroic, Homeland Abandoner Rare, and Wallmaster Mythical. Personal Skill, Wall of Enigma level 1, Caustic Tongue level 3, Grumbling level 5, Laziness level 3, Sloth level 3, and Lethargy level 4. Not really sure what the skills are useful for. How did you... Oh right, you don't use your real name here. Then, should I call you Aslan? And then we have to go to the next one. Alright, I am very excited to continue reading, and I feel like I've discussed this as I was going through it. Honestly, I don't think I discussed that much because there was just a lot to read. I like the early scene at the beginning with Dokja and his interactions with the demon nobles. I think that was very good. I'm simping for Eileen. She's really, really great. Then I do like Aslan or Hyung already. I think that he's good. I am more interested in Eileen than him, to be really, really honest. But we'll see what happens there. And I may or may not have been spoiled on something. If it was something, it's something that we learned in this episode, basically. So I was only spoiled one chapter ahead of time. But there's also something in the future. And I feel like I should, in case anybody is just following along with me, I shouldn't say it. So, yeah, I won't say it, but there is that. I don't even know why I brought it up. But something in this chapter is making me think, okay, this is something that somebody said before. But either way, we have 2 more chapters to read, so let's get reading. We start chapter 228 with a bit of a recap like we've been doing lately, with the character profile and all. And then, how do you know my real name? I think that, okay, this is instead of going right into him saying Aslan or whatever, this is new. How do you know my real name? I was just thinking it might be a good idea to just add a new character. If I hadn't written that comment back then. And it'd be nice if it was a pretty female character. Then maybe. Jang Hyung wouldn't even exist here. And if he continues on, but we leave Eileen behind in the clock shop, I'm going to be so disappointed. Because, you know, much like Dokja, couldn't we keep the, pretty female character around? And she seems cool. She's, working on stories and stuff. I much prefer her if she were able to stay around than Hyung. Then, further background. Well, Jungkook's a regressor, so maybe a dimension skipper. Maybe if I hadn't written that comment then at least this second protagonist might not have had to suffer from moving through dimensions. That's true. That's a completely new aspect of the story versus reality stuff that we hadn't even gotten into yet. We've gotten into so many deep philosophical things with the natures of stories and how they affect you as a person, and how Dokja's learning that how the characters in the story world are real people, and that Jungkook's gone through more on a more personal level than what he got just from reading alone. But this is, he as a person in reality affected the story and said, hey, you should add this character. So if this character has a sad backstory, Dokja basically condemned Hyung to all of this suffering. You're not talentless. You just aren't aware of your talent yet. What are you talking about? What's wrong, Aslan? What's all the commotion about? Eileen? Who are you really? What have you done to him? They must be from the Siswitz Civil Council. We have other guys in the background. Duke Siswitz. Huh? He's pretty ambitious, isn't he? After all, he refused high-ranking positions in great demonic realms and came all the way to this border realm. Duke Siswitz probably asked you to create giant soldiers, right? What? That guy recently went on a tour of the underworld, and he's been sort of off-kilter since. That's why he's asking the impossible of you. Okay, so we have more setup for that, preparation for Gigantomachia, Ragnarok, the end of the world. He doesn't know what he's doing. How do you... But now that you refused him 3 times, I'll surely drag you away next time. Are you prepared for that? If you accept my request, I can stop the Duke for you. Who are you? Or, you know, you could come with us. My name is Yu Jung-hyuk, and he's doing the same as usual. I'm going to become the Demon King of the 73rd Demon Realm. And we have this gorgeous shot. I love this place. This is the best looking place that they have made so far. It looks incredible. God, I love this setting. It is gorgeous. Okay. And then, okay, we have the title splash, but not the chapter title yet. Your notoriety spreading in the 73rd Demon Realm, and Jung-hyuk is getting notifications. He's getting pop-ups. What? Kim Dokja. Then chapter 37, Landscape of the Demon Realm Part 4. And I wonder if this is almost like a signal to Jung-hyuk so that his allies will know where he is and can maybe bust in and help him. Alright. The Demon King of the 73rd Demon Realm. Whoa. Eileen and the Civil Council members were shocked that there was someone who declared that so easily. Can we get a clear shot of this person? Right here. Right here. If you've been watching my read-throughs long enough, we need a clearer panel here. That there was someone who declared that so easily. Can we have a council meeting scene, please? Huh? Their reaction's different from in TWSA. So what I mean to say is, on the other hand, Kim Dokja felt he'd gotten stronger for some reason. We have Fourth Wall coming back in? Huh? That was a habit he'd had since his school days. When his self-esteem was low or something important happened in his life, he'd say to himself, I am Yu Jung-hyuk. Since when has the darn Fourth Wall been awake? Could you all give us some privacy for a moment? I need to talk with this man alone. Yes, please. Then we see Aslan outside with the boring, bland lab coat people. Could you release me before we talk? This isn't really an ideal position for conversation. You said you'll become the Demon King. Do you understand what that means? It means I'd be the king of the 73rd Demon Realm, of course. And I'd also garner attention from the other 72 Demon Kings. I saw what stories you have while I was treating you, but I haven't gotten a clue what you're thinking. What's the problem? Duke Siswitz is strong, likely stronger than what you'd imagine. I understand your confidence, because I've seen the surprising stories you have. But I want you to prove to me that you're trustworthy. Let's make an oath of existence. Okay, we're getting into some of that again. I'm pretty sure we've seen, like, oaths before. But I do like the idea that it's not one of those things you so often see in stories where the main character's like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then everybody's like, oh, but the enemy, they're so strong, they're so powerful, even though the main character can kind of steamroll them sometimes even. I like that it's, instead of that, it's something where instead of being like, no, he's too strong, you can't possibly save us, it's, I've seen how strong you are. I know that you are legitimately, you have surprising stories, so you are probably really powerful. I like that they're not underestimating Dokja. They are like legitimately saying, you're strong, Dokja. But the actual like Duke is really, really strong. Maybe even more so than you're thinking. So instead of an antagonist being built up, and saying, oh no, you can't possibly save us because of underestimating the main character, it's acknowledging the main character is strong, but saying the main character might be underestimating the antagonist, which makes the conflict with Siswitz and Dokja more interesting than if everybody was just underestimating Dokja, and in reality Dokja could just steamroll him. Now, we don't know. In reality, Dokja might be able to just steamroll him, but at the very least, this is building up the conflict in a more exciting way. No matter what we speak of here, we cannot let it leak to others. And then, I'd also prefer if you didn't reveal my identity. This oath extends to all the council members who help mend your stories, so don't worry. The Civil Council's long been looking for an opportunity to bring down the plant. The plant is the heart of the industrial complex and the nucleus of power, so you want to eradicate the nobles. Yes, you must all be returnees. So are you trying to interfere with the ecology of the demon realm? Because we're not yet returnees. Not all returnees complete a dimension skip scenario and return home. Some of them fail the scenario, and some hate their homeland and stay elsewhere. Honestly, kinda based. Because I'm just telling you, if I got if I was taken from boring ass, bland ass, real world reality and was put in the demon realm, I'm staying in the demon realm. I'm sorry. Like, again, I think I maybe even mentioned it last week with last reaction, where there are so many people that are like, this might be a dystopia, but it's so much better than the real world. I am much the same. Basically, any fantasy world that I read, even the bad ones, I am like, you know what? This is at least exciting. At least my life would have some meaning. So it's like, I would definitely go in, especially any fantasy world that has like, you know, indoor plumbing, like, you know, like modern plumbing. It's like, that's the only reason not to go back to a historical fantasy is that you would have to live with really bad hygienic conditions. But if you're in a dystopia where at least it's hygienic, then it's like, okay, well, I see this is an absolute win. So, like, if the demon realm has, like, indoor plumbing, it's like, okay, what makes it worse than the real world? Then, those who've given up on returning for whatever reason must make their new home into their homeland. No matter how awful a place that is. I don't know. Is it awful? I think this place is quite nice. Many have tried to kill the Duke already, but they all failed. Again, if you're one of the people that are in slavery being sent out to grab pieces of story, that's bad. But if you're in basically any other scenario, sure, you're being taxed and abused, but I feel like most people in the real world are going through that. So it's like, you could be taxed and abused in a place with cool fantasy people and magic and stuff and really nice, pretty architecture to look at. So, you know, again, better than the real world nearly every way. Many have tried to kill the Duke already, but they all failed. Most of them couldn't even get past his guards, let alone reach the Duke himself. The plant is a staggering 100 or so low-ranking nobles, like barons and viscounts. There are even 10 counts and 2 marquises. That doesn't sound too bad, but I'd like you to prove your strength first. You know? I don't know if that's spelled right. Well, no. The feminine of marquis is marquess. So I was going to say, would plural of marquis be marquesses? But I don't think that's quite true. I don't think it would be marquises. But Dokja, the Grippers. I'd like you to prove your strength first. That is a lot of enemies. Maybe he will need his friends to come in and help. I want you to make sure because it's so cool, because Junghyuk's gonna get the pop-ups, then he's going to be like, okay, Dokja, not only does he know Dokja's alright, but he literally knows, okay, 73rd Demon Realm, so Junghyuk can go tell the others, hey guys, 73rd Demon Realm, and then they find their way in. I want to make sure you're of the caliber to face the nobles. As luck would have it, a suitable opponent has come to visit Siswitz. You must mean the Gilabad Industrial Complex's envoy. The 73rd Demon Realm is buzzing with rumors about a Demon King. The meeting between the Siswitz and Gilabad Industrial Complexes was planned to try and calm the growing tension. I get what you're thinking. I do feel bad for you, though. If I can make good use of this opportunity to make the nobles fight amongst one another, it should be possible to create a divide among them. This can be our first deal. Fine, what do you want in return? Mend my physical incarnation whenever I ask for it in the future. For free, of course. Okay, can she stick around to mend his physical incarnation? I would like her to stick around. Like, Eileen, it's kind of best girl. If you succeed, that'll be no problem. Is that all? There is one more thing. Lend me a scenario. I need your people's revolutionary scenario. Then he'll have a scenario and a physical incarnation, and he's kind of back. Okay, we have the screwy clocks in the background. Interesting. So, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, or 4? But with just lines. 1 again, 5, 6, I think, 7 or 8, 5 again, 1 again, 2 again, and then 3 again, or maybe that's a 4? I hate to break this to you, Eileen, but I'm not sure you know how to keep track of time. And then big page break. Since long ago, the demon realm has been unpopular among the constellations. Part of that was because the constellations and demon kings didn't get along. But the other reason was that most of the incarnations that entered the demon realm were failures. Okay. This tastes so good. And then we've got the fantasy people around the fantasy tavern with television. Again, they've got TV. Do you really need anything in the real world? This is so much better. Kim Dokja wondered, who among these people was the revolutionary? This darn fourth wall's chattering on again. I love the fourth wall. There are scenarios in the demon realm as well. One of the main scenarios here, the revolutionary, was one that even the dukes had their eyes on. And a lot of people brought up too, since I brought it up last week, a lot of people were saying that they also like the fourth wall. They also compare the fourth wall to Great Sage / Raphael / CL from Tensora. I don't know how you found out about the scenario, but I can't help you with that right now. We don't know who the revolutionary is either. I can't offer the scenario without even knowing who the revolutionary is, so you don't have any information on them. Even if we gathered info, the revolutionary changes each month, so there's no way to know who it is. Honestly, who would come forward to say they're the revolutionary if the role came to them? We have no idea where there might be spies. The revolutionary is the demon realm's unique main scenario. The scenario number is different each time, but those who will receive the scenario event are predetermined. It's always given to the subjugated class. The citizens of this place remember vividly what happened to the last person to declare they were the revolutionary. So don't just search through everyone. They'll all get nervous. I understand how Eileen feels, but I can't simply wait around. Dokja's face is looking a little odd in this panel, to say the least. You know, maybe they should have given him the mouth, but even then the nose and face shape is a bit off for this panel. I've got to get my hands on the revolutionary scenario here, so I can return to the original scenario. And then that chapter ends. That felt like a long chapter. That felt like a lot happened. I know I discussed a bit, but it also felt like just a lot on top of that. Very in-depth chapter. I loved it though. I love this setting. I love this plot line. Like, this plot right now, for me personally, is so good. This is like, I kept mentioning how Omniscient Reader just gets better and better as you read along. This might be, though, as good as the other things were in terms of like being really deep for Dokja's character, this might be my personal favorite so far. I just love this setting, and I love the plot we're going with. It has a lot of potential, so I hope that we really flesh out and see through that potential, and we don't just like rush through it to get to an ending and to get back to the other stuff. I hope we really, really can sit with this and fully detail it out. But either way, I'm going to read one more. Let's read 229. Now 229 starts with this. We're keeping up with the recap stuff like we got before. And then so I can return to the original scenario, and then we get our title splash. Landscape of the Demon Realm, Part 5. Hey, I haven't seen you around here before. I just got here yesterday. Oh no, he's hot. So he has a detailed design. Does that mean he's going to be the revolutionary? Is he going to be important? I just got here yesterday. Then again, so many random background characters have detailed good designs in ORV. So again, it's really hard to tell going by that. You made a good choice. Our industrial complex might be a bit tough to live in, but the people here are warm-hearted. It's not a bad place to settle down. I don't know where you're from, but can I get you something to drink? No, I don't really like alcohol. Wow, it's hard to get by in the demon realm without alcohol. That's a shame. Myung-go said something similar after I said I didn't drink much at my first company dinner. I wonder how he's doing now. Okay, for those of you who saw the character ranking and what I was spoiled on, how interesting that Dokja's bringing up Han Myung-go now. There's no way to know if he's dead or alive after he was cursed by the Demon King Asmodeus. I do like bar food, though. Is it alright if I just order something to eat? Wow, is that place called Earth? He looks over. Mister. He sees everyone crying for him. Whoa, that scenario sure packs a punch. I guess it's popular for a reason. I heard that's the most popular scenario area these days. That looks easy as pie. Even I could manage that much. Yeah, right. If you were there, you'd croak by the 5th scenario. What? No way. You know it already, Uriel. This is just how the story goes. You've already seen many people die before me. Dang, that's so sad. Why the heck did Be Young edit only my face weirdly? Then, do you think we could do that if we got back to our home scenario? Do you want to go back to it, Lampere? If I could go, there's no reason not to. Huh, then ask a Wenny man. He might send you back someday. Is that a joke? I don't want to become a catastrophe to my homeland. Then we see sort of the struggles that they all have to deal with. And he sees Aslan crying while watching it. I love Dokja's face in the background. It's so good. The food looks delicious. What? Does watching that make you miss it? Eek! You don't have to be so on guard. I just want to eat together. Did you finish talking with Eileen? You don't need to know. Wait, isn't that a special dish? Have some if you want. And then he gives him food. It's not bad. So, you're from Earth too, right? I am? How was it? Terrible. Then are you going to show up on screen too? Yeah. Where? I'm right there. And then... That's a good panel as well. That doesn't look like you at all. If you were a mashed up hunk or chunk of clay, the man on the TV is more like an elegant vase crafted by the gods. I'm an exile. I look this way because the stories around my face crumbled. I still don't buy it. Fine, that's not me. But he is cool, isn't he? He fights well too. Totally. If we go to Earth, I'll introduce you. I'm pretty close with him. I feel like he could tell him that he was the Demon King that died, right? In TWSA, Hyung idolizes Junhyuk, so hopefully I can make him want to return home. Why should I meet him? Huh? I think that guy's way more interesting. Him. And then... no. Open your eyes, Demon King of Salvation. Tarn, I can't stop crying. Your fame grows in the 73rd Demon Realm. You've received 1,500 coins. What? Was I this popular here? Maybe I didn't need to pretend to be Junhyuk. I wonder if he already has a girlfriend. Then, huh? Who? And we have Dokja rising up Aslan. The Demon King of Salvation. Do you happen to know him too? I do. What, are you interested? If I remember correctly, Jung Hyung is a guy. Okay, what though? If Dokja's incorrect, what if it's one of those cases where Dokja just read the novel the entire time, thinking that would be hilarious, actually. That would actually be incredible. That would be another good way to tie in the reader versus the work into the story, because there are totally times where you can, like, hear a song or read a book and have a misread on a certain situation. The way you picture a character isn't the way the author pictured the character, for example, or you take something differently from something. You take a different lesson from it than some others. It could be hilarious if we have a disconnect between the reader and the author in the entire time. Dokja read Jung Hyung as a guy, but Hyung has actually been a woman the entire time. That actually would be a great way to do, like, another aspect of the writing and stories theme within ORV. Well, what's it to you? That darn TWSA author reflected all the comments I left, but then just changed one thing. This guy's sex. And he stares at him. Or did he? And then, the bartender's the one who turned out the lights? Night's coming. And then they all get quiet. The demon realm has a special night. All citizens of the industrial complex are frightened of the nobles, but that isn't just because of the noble strength. It's because of the night that comes every 3 days. Please just pass by us, please. And everyone's terrified. If you're strong enough, though, still better than the real. I'm making some excuses. We have a seemingly angel of death marching through the streets. Ow, the edge. Love the design. When the night falls, the executioner visits the industrial complex. The citizens had the revolutionary, but the nobles had the executioner. Who is the revolutionary? He steps into the tavern. The target is under the protection of the scenario. The target is currently invincible, so actually, literally invincible. There was no one who could stand against the executioner in the industrial complex at night. Tonight, the executioner's chosen this bar as his execution ground. Someone here must die before sunrise. Who is the revolutionary? Don't look it in the eye, he whispers. And it takes an attention, like its attention toward them. Damn it. It's looking at Hyung. Dokja pats him, her, questionable now, on the head. Stands up. Who are you? Kim Dokja wondered, what would Jungkook have done in this situation? I love Fourth Wall. That guy would have never revealed himself here. That's why that guy regressed hundreds of times, Dokja thought. He smirks. I am the revolutionary. Someone's declared themselves the revolutionary. If you declare it, does it make it so? Also just noticed, Dokja, with the ankles out, you little harlot. No socks or anything. Dokja with the exposed ankles. A very good set of chapters, though. I'd love to keep reading, honestly. But I am on a little bit of a time crunch. So 3 chapters, and also I don't want to get caught up, and then I'm really going to be stuck if I want to keep reading. So I'd rather be, satisfied with 3 chapters than in a couple weeks be stuck having to make do with 1. So yeah, extremely good set of 3 chapters. I am having so much fun with this current arc of the story. I think it's so good. It's very, very, very good. Yeah, I love it. I love these 3 chapters, but I don't think there's anything left to say that I haven't said already. I kind of made all my thoughts clear as I was going through. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my first thoughts and reaction. We can talk down there. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. Subscribe for more ORV and much more. It'd be appreciated. If you want to help the channel by sharing the video around or by dropping a super thanks, that's super appreciated. I'm actually getting kind of hungry. I haven't eaten. Sorry if you could hear my stomach. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. If you want to help support the channel, like I said, super thanks, appreciated, sharing, all of that. If you want to help support the channel, get your name at the end of videos, help me keep going, help also get One Piece videos a little early if I can get them a little bit early. You can join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already patrons and channel members. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, Evernono, J.A. and the D-Band, Jaredin students, David Langstaff and Folded Goal Slayer candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pateo Dial, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.